The U.S.-led air campaign, is it working? Do we have tangible evidence of that? And have the strikes managed to roll ISIS back in Iraq?
Well, that's, of course, the billion-dollar question, whether the investment that American taxpayers are making is actually going to pay off. What we're being told by military officials is that ISIS controls about the same amount of territory in Iraq and Syria as it did before the air campaign began. So U.S. officials say that really their mission is to degrade ISIS capabilities in Syria from the air. That means command and control weapons, sources of funding like oil fields and refineries, and apparently they have done that. Now, in Iraq, we have seen that there have been advances thanks to the U.S.-led coalition. Mosul and Haditha dams are both back in the hands of Iraqi forces. Also, those people were saved from the side of the mountain in Sinjar. But Iraq has forces on the ground, and that's a big difference here. You have Iraqi government security forces and Kurds, even though there have been mixed results. And we're hearing from Anbar province, right next to Baghdad, that ISIS now controls 80% of that province, according to a provincial official who spoke with Bloomberg News today. That's incredibly troubling because it would give the militants a straight path from Syria, from Raqqa, all the way to Baghdad and beyond. And we heard the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Martin Dempsey, saying on Sunday that the U.S. had, narrowly averted using low-flying attack helicopters, keeping ISIS at bay and preventing the fall of Baghdad's airport.
Indira, the U.S.-led coalition started the airstrikes in Syria. Talk to us. Are the airstrikes a tougher problem in Syria?
I think they are, and that's because unlike in Iraq, we don't have those ground forces, the indigenous forces on the ground who are helping call targets and engage in the urban warfare that's needed to dislodge extremists from cities. Now, we know that it's going to take at least a year, if not more, to train 5,000 or even more moderate rebels from Syria who are supposed to be those boots on the ground to fight against ISIL. Now, if we try to figure out what is the measure of success, what U.S. officials have said is judge us by if the U.S. is stopping ISIS from threatening U.S. interests at home and abroad. In a way, that's difficult because it's proving the negative. Did we prevent any attacks on the homeland from happening? We don't know that yet.